I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
You may know this as the first time Jada decided to embarrass Will Smith, but there is more. Let's talk about it. So you probably didn't think I was going to make another video about Will Smith, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to either. But in the aftermath of the slap that was heard across the world, more people have started digging deeper into the relationship of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. People have gone back and started examining Jada's behavior towards Will, and even uncovering old clips that further reinforce the point that Will may be in an abusive relationship. Before we get into anything, I just want to bring up a couple of points. Now, I know that speculating on a celebrity couple's marriage can be seen as gossipy or even trashy, but I just want to point out that I'm going to be using information that has been made publicly available by the family, and mostly Jada herself, which is going to be very interesting once we start digging deep into these clips. I also want to point out that we're going to be talking about abuse towards men in relationships. This is by no means meant to undermine the abuse that women face in relationships, because we all know since the beginning of civilization that women have faced abuse in their relationships. This is not to say that men have it worse or anything like that. This is just to talk about a topic that I feel is not talked about enough, that men can also be abused in their relationships. So I just want to address that, because whenever I have seen this topic talked about, there seems to be people who misconstrue what the message is, that men have it worse or something like that. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just talking about a completely different topic. Two things can be true at the same time, that women are victims of abuse in relationships and men can be victims of abuse in relationships. Both can be true. So let's get into it. The clips that I used to open up this video are from Jada's live show called The Red Table, I believe. In this particular episode, Jada brings on Will basically to publicly humiliate him in front of hundreds of thousands of people, probably millions of people at this point, based on how many people have seen these clips and how many people have seen the memes that came from these clips. Essentially what happened is that Jada reveals that she cheated on Will with her son Jaden's friend named August. Now, August was much younger than she, and she seems throughout the clips proud of the fact that she cheated on Will. She does not have an ounce of remorse. Will even tries to get her to say that she might be remorseful by mentioning that it was a transgression. And she says, no, I don't think it was a transgression. I needed to do this for healing. I needed to do this for me to save our marriage. Throughout the entire process, you can see that Will Smith looks absolutely distraught, on the verge of tears, while Jada seems to be happy, bright face, smiling, laughing. It's just a stark contrast in the emotions that are being displayed. Now, after this event occurred, the clips are plastered all over social media, furthering Will's embarrassment. But much to his credit, he tries to move on. He starts getting all over Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. He's basically trying to move forward and be the best person that he can be for his fans, which leads us into this next clip. A clip is resurfaced showing Jada humiliating Will inside of their own house, candidly, off the cuff, no script, no red table. I want you to take a look at this clip and just tell me how you feel about it.
You know, Perella is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table, because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
So, what did you think about that? To me, it appeared as if we were watching someone be manipulated and abused in real time. The video opens with Jada apparently out of the blue recording Will, asking him intimate details about their therapy and their marriage. Will then proceeds to calmly and even passively show his displeasure at being recorded without his consent. He says, "I feel if you're going to record me, you should at least ask me first." Jada takes what Will is saying and calls it foolishness, saying that their therapist needs to come back because she's still dealing with foolishness. She then proceeds to ask Will the question again, almost as if to say, "You need to answer my question. I don't care how you feel." Will then proceeds to try to explain again how he feels, and I'm no body language expert, but when Will was placing his hand on his arm, if you have children, you've probably seen this before. That is a telltale sign of fear. Yeah, Will probably was fearful of Jada in that moment. The video ends with Jada completely dismissing everything Will Smith was asking and sarcastically saying that a stare, their therapist, has helped them a lot, can't you tell? And not only that, but she posted the video anyway. Now, trying to speculate on someone's relationship based off of clips that we've seen can be very tricky because you don't really know how people are in their private life. But I would say that if Will Smith was a terrible person in their private life, then Jada would have acted a little differently in these clips. Jada doesn't seem fearful that Will Smith is going to do or even say anything to her, because if she was, when Will Smith asked her to stop recording, her response may have been, "Okay, sure, I'll stop recording, that's fine." And again, I must bring up the fact that these two examples are things that Jada herself posted. These are things that she thought were appropriate enough to show how her family was, the dynamic of her family. If this is what she wants to portray in the public, I can only imagine how she is in private. Now, the third part of this saga is Jada's link to Scientology. A well-known ex-member of the Scientology cult has stated that Jada is very high up in Scientology and she was the one who brought Will along for the ride. Essentially stating that she takes it very seriously while Will is just doing it probably to appease her. But what that boils down to, if you've ever seen a documentary about Scientology, then you know that it is very, very, very weird. And they try their best to dig up all the information that they can about a person, essentially to further use that information against them in the future if they ever decide to possibly leave the cult. All this information is recorded, so I'm sure they have tons of information on Jada and Will. All that being said, if Jada is very high up in Scientology while Will is kind of just there dabbling along with it, then I can see that there may be a power dynamic in their relationship. Because again, Jada doesn't seem to respect or even care for Will all that much. And again, things may be different in their private life, but what I am saying, and the whole point I made this video, is all this kind of leads up to the big slap moment at the Oscars. In my opinion, and this is only my opinion, Will Smith getting up there and slapping Chris Rock was literally a desperate plea towards his wife, to try to show his wife that he does care about her and that he's willing to do anything for her, even though she doesn't seem to reciprocate the same affections towards him. At the end of the day, I think Will Smith thought it was easier to get on the stage and slap Chris Rock than to deal with the repercussions from Jada of not doing anything. There are more public clips of Jada's attitude and dismissal towards Will, including one where he said that he spent 3 entire years planning her 40th birthday party to make it a super huge, big shindig, and she basically, to his face, told him that she hated it. Yeah. So folks, I think it goes without saying that I still do not condone what Will Smith did. Obviously, he should not have gone up there, and based off the information that we do know now about his relationship with Jada, I definitely don't think that he should have gone up there for Jada. I definitely don't think so. To me, Will Smith seems like he may be a broken man and that he is in need of some assistance, some help. And I hope that he gets the help that he so needs. Again, this is all speculation, but this is based off of public information that they have decided to put out about their family. Again, mostly Jada. And again, it's kind of strange because this is stuff that Jada had to approve to be posted. It's from her show. It's from things that she recorded herself that she thought, yeah, this is fine. No one would think that this is abusive or manipulative. This is fine. So Let me know what your thoughts are about the situation. Hopefully I never have to make another Will Smith video again. And I'll just toss this out there too because it just happened, but Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Wow. Anyway, leave some comments below and I'll see you in the next video.